What's going on, guys? This is Travesty here, and today I am bringing you my team analysis for week 1 of the Pokemon Premier League. That's right, it started and I am so hyped. I am actually really freaking nervous for this week because we take on Troy, the Trojan Horsey, and the Wycombee Wanderers. Before I get into any of that, I just want to apologize about the sound quality. I actually lost my mic because I wanted to do some recording at uni, and I left my headset somewhere. So yeah, I am trying to get a new one. If you guys saw my little mini update thing a while ago, I'm trying to get a new one. I'm just really busy at the moment with exams and stuff, and then hopefully after that I can sit down, get everything sorted for YouTube and get back into this. So, without further ado, let's get into the team I'm bringing, and more importantly the team that Troy could be bringing. So, on his roster he has Entei, Latias, Florges, Lucario, Amoonguss, Slowking, Gliscor, Honchkrow, and Raichu. So big threats on his team are Entei, Honchkrow, Lucario I think I will be able to deal with, and obviously Latias can just drop Dracos all over the place. I need Togekiss for that. He also has that disgusting Regenerator Core and Florges, so he can Wish Pass, heal himself up quite a lot, and obviously Gliscor is just a pain, and Raichu's just honestly there for Speedy Electric type, and he felt like he needed one, I think. Anyway, what I'm bringing to counter Troy, I'm not going to go through the whole team building process because I don't know if I'm good at this yet, and I don't want to be like, this is how you should do it, because that could be terrible. So I'm just going to go through what I'm bringing. And first off, we have Nidoqueen, La Reine. If you don't understand the name, it's basically French for the Queen. It was like La Reine de Terreur, but that didn't fit, which is unfortunate. In any case, we're bringing physically offensive Nidoqueen with a very specific EV spread. The main reason it has 4 in defense is because those 4 wouldn't go anywhere else. 252 attack, Adamant to just nuke things, 224 speed to outspeed Adamant Honchkrow, and most forms of offensive Florges. I don't think it'll outspeed max speed Florges. I would have to go Jolly for that, and I really wanted the power of Adamant. So in any case, it's got 28 HP because I didn't need the EVs anywhere else, and then 4 in defense because they didn't help out the HP side at all. Carrying Sucker Punch, mainly for Latias, can also help against Slowking, although you should outspeed Slowking anyway, and Poison Jab just destroys that thing. Poison Jab actually KOs absolutely everything on his team, I think, even if they're physically defensive, except for Gliscor and Lucario, which obviously resist it or are immune. And we have coverage for both of those with Earthquake and Ice Punch. So every time I can pivot into Nidoqueen, I get to nuke something. The only issue is with that Regenerator Core, he can heal him back up, but I don't know, I feel like Nidoqueen was really going to be good this week in just tearing holes through his team, and hopefully, you know, it can tank hits, it can take Modest Psychic from Florges and Oko with Poison Jab, it can do all sorts of things, and that's why I picked Nidoqueen over Nidoking, in its ability to take those hits and then still be able to hit back insanely hard. To help Nidoqueen out, this is probably not my win condition, but it is my mid-game wall breaker basically for his team. And to help with that, we have Mega Sableye, which is mainly here to tank hits. 244 HP, 100 defense, 164 special defense. It basically eats up hits from most of Troy's team. It can't take on Entei and it can't take on Honchkrow, but Latias, it can recover stall for a little while it loses its stats to Draco. It completely stops Slowking, even if it's offensive Slowking, it just like walls it to death. And I can foul play Will-O-Wisp it, wear it down that way. Stops Spore spam from Amoonguss. What else does this thing do? It can take hits from Raichu because Raichu's not that powerful, but I didn't really do that many calcs with Raichu because I don't really see him bringing it. What else is this good for? Can't really take hits from Florges, unfortunately. Obviously, Fairy-type super effective. It can take hits from Gliscor as well. An offensive Gliscor cannot 2-hit KO this thing, which is really nice. And Lucario, the reason I have a really specific spread is so that no matter what Lucario he's bringing, this thing can tank a hit from it at +2. which means if it's Nasty Plot, I can tank a hit, I can low sweep it, do a lot of damage. If it's Swords Dance, I can foul play it, and probably Oko? I'm not actually sure about that. Foul play does a lot to Lucario, especially if he sets up. So it also means Entei can't switch in, which could be a thing if I start spamming Will-O-Wisp and hitting things on the switch. He might be tempted to bring in Entei. If that is the case, foul play will do a shit ton. I have Will-O-Wisp to wear down things like Florges, the Regenerator Core, hopefully Gliscor if he doesn't get the Toxic Heal off. And that's basically Mega Sableye's job. It's also there to just deter hazards, like just stop him from trying to spore things, stop him from trying to go Stealth Rocks, which is a really good thing about having a really bulky Magic Bouncer. You see this thing there says ability Prankster. That's because I copy pasted this set from Showdown, and you can't have your Mega in Showdown, so it has the pre-Mega ability, which I only get for one turn. That could do really nice, you know, to burn the Gliscor or something like that. I probably won't lead with it because I feel like it's too obvious, so I think I'm going to try and lead with, I think it's the next one, maybe the one after. We'll see. I'll tell you when you guys get to it. It is the next one. Alright, I'm going to try and lead with Darmanitan. That's because this is a Choice Scarf Darmanitan, and unfortunately I had to change the name because Pokebank recognizes exclamation mark as a potential I, and so it won't let me have Ellie's bitch. Unfortunate. Basically, this thing is here to outspeed pretty much everything on Troy's team. I don't think he'll bring Scarf Latias. I just don't think it has the utility for him. And so we can hopefully outspeed everything with this. It would speed tie with Choice Scarf Gliscor at max speed, but I don't really think he'll be bringing Choice Scarf Gliscor, and more to the point, if he does, then I can deal with it. Again, a very, very weird EV spread. It's spread correct to the point where we'll outspeed Scarf Lucario, Adamant, Scarf Entei, things like that. The reason we bring Adamant Scarf Entei is because it needs to be Adamant for exchange speed. And then I put the rest in HP, but I wanted an odd HP number in case he does get Stealth Rocks up, and so I put the other 8 split into both defenses because 8 does not help that stat. You need 4 in each stat at level 50. Anyway, it's almost max speed Jolly, as I said, to speed creep things, even without the Adamant nature and no boosting item. Flare Blitz 2-hit KOs Gliscor, which is just disgusting. Like physically defensive Gliscor. That's just bluff. Like, Darmanitan is such a freaking nuke. It's beautiful, and I love the fact that I have it and no one else does. U-turn there for Switch Initiative, also hits Slowking super effectively, which is nice. He could be bringing Rocky Helmet Slowking to try and wear me down with, you know, Flare Blitz recoil and stuff like that, so I'll need to watch out for that. Rock Slide in case he wants to pull Switch into Entei. I didn't want to run EQ because it doesn't hit quite as hard. Rock Slide I think is a guaranteed Oko? I can't exactly remember. Rock Slide does more than Earthquake in any case, and also if I'm locked into Earthquake, that's bad because he can bring in Gliscor, for example. So I decided to go with Rock Slide, or Latias for that matter, which is probably more threatening. The last move is basically filler. I didn't know what else I wanted there. I had like Facade in case I got T-Waved, and then decided, I was talking to people and they were like, you're never going to use Facade. And I thought I'd never use the 4th move anyway, but someone suggested Scarfed Will-O-Wisp. Again, to help wear things down, if I don't want to take potential Rocky Helmet damage, potential recoil, I can burn something on the switch, and it's also there to stop Honchkrow from just tearing through my team late game. Because Honchkrow will have to Sucker Punch this thing, especially if he knows it's Scarfed. So I can bring it in, we'll go for Sucker Punch, it'll fail, and I can burn Honchkrow and basically eliminate it as a threat, because Honchkrow gets worn down really quickly as well, and if I can burn it, it means it can't hit anything as hard. I can then switch out with this, bring in something like Sableye or one of my other mons, which you've been seeing, which is basically there for Honchkrow, and deal with it that way. So the next mon I'm going to bring is Togekiss, Venus. This is the one nickname I'm actually really proud of, because Toga, like Roman, and then the Roman goddess of love is Venus, and Kiss. Anyway, Togekiss is an offensive one this time, which is one of the reasons I drafted Togekiss, is because it can destroy things offensively as well as be bulky and annoying. Basically, And it can't outspeed Latias, it can't outspeed Gliscor if it's running investment, and won't outspeed Entei, for example. So it's a bit weird. You might think it's a bit weird that I'm bringing an offensive one. However, I've done a little bit of play testing, and what I've found is that most of Troy's offensive threats I can deal with. Between Will-O-Wisping them, T-Waving them, wearing them down with hazards, and pivoting around and basically nuking stuff with Nidoqueen, I managed to get rid of the offensive threats most of the time. The main thing I've had issue with is Slowking in particular, because Nidoqueen doesn't want to stay on a Slowking and risk getting bopped by Scald or Psyshock. So it can't really destroy everything quite as much, and so what I've got Togekiss here for is to try and clean up. Basically, once I've taken out all the offensive threats and just got these bulky ones left, I can bring in Togekiss, set up a nasty plot. Most of them can't do too much, but they will win a stall war with me, especially given I'll need to be relying on air slash flinches. So basically I can bring in Togekiss, nasty plot, maybe nasty plot twice, and start just destroying things. I do have Shadow Ball for Slowking because Dazzling Gleam doesn't quite hit it hard enough, and I didn't feel like I needed the coverage because Shadow Ball also hits Latias, and hopefully Latias will be gone by the time this thing is setting up anyway. If not, it can probably tank a Thunderbolt. The Babiri Berry is potentially my saving grace if Lucario is setting up. If it's physical, then Babiri Berry will allow me to take an E-Speed or a Bullet Punch. That's a really important thing. Bullet Punch will do more than E-Speed, and if he sets up to +2, Bullet Punch would normally OHKO, so he's going to go for it basically. Babiri Berry means I take it and the Flamethrower will just destroy it. It's not a guaranteed OHKO, but I think the minimum it does is 99.4%, so it's pretty much a guaranteed OHKO. And then Air Slash because flinches are nice and I'm an asshole. So yeah, that's the Togekiss set. No IVs in attack because in case there's like a foul play on a Mungus or something, it'll do slightly less. I don't know, I'm really esoteric about that. The speed creep is for, so I can remember this, pretty sure it outspeeds Jolly, Honchkrow and Offensive Florges. Is what the speed investment on this is for, because those are two things which I will need to outspeed if I want to clean up late game. Particularly Honchkrow, Sucker Punch will still do a chunk, but not too much because it's resisted, and Air Slash does a lot to Honchkrow because it's pretty damn frail. The next one I'm bringing is none other than Covalion, and I'm really keen for this thing to put in work because this is one of these strangest spreads I'm running. So 204 HP, 244 special defense, and an impish nature, which if you don't know is plus defense minus special attack. So why am I running mostly specially defensive but with a plus defense nature? Well, it means with a plus defense nature I can take Psyshocks from Latias a lot better. So specially defensive allows me to take a Draco, or potentially Thunderbolt if it's going for Togekiss, allows me to take Moonblast and Psychics from Florges, then the Impish allows me to take Psyshocks a lot better. This thing is also useful for scaring off the Honchkrow. Like, you can't really deal with it. Physically defensive does not want to take Break Birds, but I have Sped Prepped Honchkrow, and if it goes to Sucker Punch I get the Justified boost, and I can T-Wave it, I can Iron Head, does quite a lot, and it's also here as my Stealth Rocker, because Stealth Rocks are really nice for wearing down Troy's team. The only defogger he has is Latias, unless he brings Hypercutter Defog Gliscor, but I don't think he'll do that, I don't know. And so it's really nice to try and get rocks up early to wear down the Entei, the Honchkrow in particular, and then just get a little bit of chip damage on things like the Regenerator Core. And then the T-Wave is there, so if I switch in on something like Latias, and he's tempted to go for another one, I can T-Wave it, bring its speed right down, which will also help Togekiss clean up. And if you guys have played against Paraflinch before, they're very unlikely to get a hit through against Togekiss as well, if that's the case. And I do have Iron Head on there because I didn't need the fighting coverage for Lucario in particular, and Iron Head hits Florges a lot harder. I think it's a 2-hit KO, not after lefties. I think it's a 2-hit KO if he doesn't have lefties, but he probably will. And then Taunt to stop Wish Protect shenanigans. I can stop it going for aromatherapy if I have it burned, that kind of thing. It's also there just to stop Amoonguss going for Spore if Mega Sableye's gone down and stuff like that. So the last mon and the pièce de résistance of this team is Lanturn, Dory the Lanturn. Physically defensive, massively defensive. This is pretty much the only standard sort of spread on this team, which is 252, 252, 4. Max HP, max defense gold, because I needed a Sacred Fire switch in. It's the only thing on my team that isn't 2-hit carried by Sacred Fire, so I had to bring it. Unfortunately, Entails against Bulldoze, but Bulldoze is not that powerful. So, as you can see at the bottom there, I put a little calc, or a little notice that a choice-banded Adamant Bulldoze is a very small chance to 2-hit KO, which is why I'm running Resto Chesto rather than Leftovers. Is Leftovers, yes, would make it, what was I going to say? Make it a 3-hit KO, guaranteed, but I need to keep this thing as healthy as possible for as long as possible, because as long as I have it, it stops him from spamming Sacred Fire, even if I've gone to sleep for the second time or whatever. Thunderwave is on there to catch some things on the switch, just to basically, if I can paralyze as much of his team as possible, that will really help Togekiss his late game, because then I'll outspeed everything and can just click air slash and win. I have Hydro Pump on there because I didn't particularly feel like I needed Scald. I wanted the power over Scald because in case he does decide to try and sustain with Entei, risk the roll on hitting me with a second Bulldoze or something like that, I can get a lot of damage off, potentially kill it. And the other thing that he's here for is to take on Honchkrow, because a Brave Bird from a Honchkrow, if you guys know anything about Yu-Yu, Honchkrow hurts like a bitch. Bird spam is a huge problem, and this thing kind of stops it. I think the maximum a Honchkrow can do with Sucker Punch is like 47%, which look isn't great, but Volt Switch does like 70, so that should hopefully be able to deal with it. Yeah. I think that's about all I have to say about the team. The match will be going up on Wednesday the 9th of September. I will be battling Troy on the 2nd of September, 1st of September I think, hopefully. We haven't sorted out an exact time yet. But, in any case, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you in my next upload. And one last thing before I go, wish us luck for the PPL. And please stay tuned for more Pokemon Premier League content, because this is going to be so much fun. See you guys later.